All right. One of my favorite people, just favorite athletes and fun people to watch. Allison Amadio, Cedar Creek. She's at Cedar Creek. She's a catcher. And talk about fun. I call her the Adam Sandler, not like the Happy Gilmore, of baseball or softball. Because when she's on the field, people stand up to watch. It was just like we talked to CJ earlier. It's not just you're playing, but she's a phenomenal student. She's brilliant, very bright, and just electric on the field. So somebody that is just so much fun. When she posts a video, it gets so much love on social media. It's crazy. So we're excited to have her, and she trains with the same intensity as she plays the sport with. So that's a very common trait of people that do very well in their sport or in life, is that they love to practice. They're super intense at practice, and then it shows up on the field. So without further ado, I'm here with Allison Amadio. I'd like you to just introduce yourself to our fans here.
I'm Allison Amadio. I'm a catcher. I play for the South Carolina Elite Fuzzetti. I love softball, obviously. I'm 15. I'm a class of 2024. And, yeah.
Yeah.
I play at Cedar Creek High School.
Yeah. And on the field, she's not so sweet and cute. Her batting, so her helmet actually says, "Thou shalt not steal," which is great because she comes from a real good Christian family. But that is the neatest thing ever. And it's very cool. I like to see her taunting the people and daring them to run and stuff like that. And when she plays the position, I mean, people watch. Yeah. It is very fun to watch. It's very fun to watch you train, actually, as intense as you are. Talk to us a little bit about your the processes and the stuff that you're going through with recruiting now, and the intensity and how crazy it is with the travel. And I know it's something that a lot of baseball, softball players are going through. So just talk a little bit about what you're going through this year with that.
So it was my first year playing with the South Carolina Elite this year, and we drive 10 hours to practice about 2 times a month. Our tournaments are all far away, so I got to travel a lot. It makes me really busy, and it provides a busy schedule, but I like staying busy because I'm a perfectionist, so I like to be really prepared for a lot of things. So I practice a lot, and I play a lot, and it's so much fun. The recruiting process is complicated and exciting at the same time. You'll have colleges are not allowed to talk to me until September 1st of my junior year. So I can invite them to watch me play camps, tournaments, everything. I get invited to camps. That's as far as they can say anything to me. They can't talk to me about anything like recruiting-wise, softball-wise at all, outside of the camp field. My coach, Dana Fuzzetti, has been really helpful to me with recruiting and finding coaches who like me and like hard workers and people who have my major. See, for me, my major that I intend on majoring in is aerospace engineering, which is not exactly super common. It's rare and it's complicated and it's a little hard, but I like a challenge. And I got to find the right schools that have that for me.
Yeah, I get confused even when you're saying the subject matter. Like the major, I'd probably go, I'd spell it wrong or something like that. It's very, very, very intelligent. Possibly genius level. Yeah. I'd say on a genius level. But, I know, Josh, you had some questions too.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I was just, I think something that's very important, and we kind of spoke on this yesterday, like the fact that you have such great grades and you pretty much have every opportunity open for you as far as schools. So, Ivy League schools are in there, big academic schools, maybe even, I know you're not looking on the West Coast, but a school like Stanford or something, you have all options open because, you have great grades. And, maybe talk a little bit about that and the opportunities that brings you.
I think that the fact that I put classroom first before softball a little bit, they're pretty much even in my eyes, but I love school. I love going to school. I love learning. Taking new opportunities to get better. I take that from softball and into school. I enjoy learning new things, especially physics and math. That's how I roll. It opens a lot of doors for me to get different scholarships and also get an athletic scholarship, so I can get more of a scholarship from academics and from women in engineering, and then to add that to my athletic scholarship, and it works out for colleges. That's why college coaches are attracted to me, because they like that I can get other scholarships and other money so they don't have to spend that much money to give me a full
That's a
ride.
great point.
Explain a little bit more about that, like the outside money, so outside of school scholarship.
So colleges like when people get scholarships from outside of the college, from people who are outside of it, like Raytheon gives scholarships to women in aerospace engineering and things like that. I personally could apply for those and email people and get something like that for college, not softball related, not at all, and still get a scholarship from that school and get an academic scholarship and then get an athletic scholarship, and that'll add up to being enough money.
It makes sense. It's like being, having a secondary position in football. Let's say, like if you're a punter as well as a linebacker, they get more bang for their buck, and they can go, look, we'll take her because we can still scholarship another kid, and she's worth that much money. It's a great. So this is a forward-thinking family. Just so like I know your mom and your dad, and they're just everyone is forward-thinking. They're very proactive versus reactive. I can see that you are totally. But it's a very neat that you understand this process as if you had already done it. That's what I was so impressed with by you. It's like you've already done this before now, and you haven't. It's not like you have an older sister or something that had done it, and you look at it almost like in hindsight. It's very neat to see that as a kid. So I mean, and when you start to understand the process the way you do, you can master it. And I think that you have. And you're just getting started because September 1st is coming up, and then you're going to start to hear from it. The neat thing is also you have a great following on social media, and everyone. It's funny when she works out, like people stand next to her because they know they're going to get a ton of likes on social media or Facebook or Twitter and stuff like that. And your mom will explain to me how nuts it is when there's like, she just posted a video and has like 1,500 views already, and I'm like, what? I think I have 3. Like it's just crazy. But if she's in the house, everyone's paying attention, and it's cool. And I'm telling you for real, when we'll show some video of her playing and the intensity that she plays with, and it's like if she goes on the field to bat or on either way, you're seeing people gather behind the big gathering behind the catcher's mound, the catcher with the plate. Sorry, jeez, I show you how much I'm like rusty with my baseball terminology. We just had CJ Agri on here, another person that had the same type of like intensity to everything that they do, and so does she. It's like the end of the world. Every rep is like the last rep you'll ever do. It's the same with you. It's a trait of the great.
And they're both very good, for that common reason.
Yeah.
Like when you go in to work out, it's not just I'm here for an hour. Let me get these reps done. It's like I'm doing every rep at max effort because I know if I get on these cords at max effort, my results are going to be great. If I get on them at 80% or 90%, the results aren't going to be as good. So you maximize the hour that you have of training, and it obviously shows in your performance and play.
Talk about how much fun you have on the field and that intensity and what that brings to your teammates and stuff like that.
I feel like it charges my teammates up and pumps them up. They've told me straight to my face that it's like that. One thing I love about catching is pitch calling because it's fun for me because it's like it takes away from it. Doesn't take away, but it draws in from my school part of myself where I love to learn. So the way the list of things I've developed to do pitch calling in like 2 swings on a batter is fun, and I love it. It's like playing games. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah. Pitch calling, but what she means is like she's calling the pitch to the. Yeah. She has to know the batters and their tendencies and stuff like that, and what pitches they fall for, and she studies that, not just prior to the game, but during the game, and she could kind of get a good feel, a good pulse on what they're gonna go with, and she moves around behind the plate to make them think that they're pitched in a certain way, but she can move her glove. It's a very cool process. So it's a neat chess game it's a game within the game. Mm-hmm. And it's very cool to watch that. And I'm glad that they have someone as intelligent as you doing that. You know what I mean? It makes a huge difference for your pitcher, I'm sure. So let me see. One thing I wanted to ask you and we said with CJ, when you're in the place, everyone gets better, right? So if you're there, I can guarantee you that we have a synergy of like, it's like 1 + 1 = 3. when you're there, because we just know that your intensity is going to make people around you better. And your team, and when speaking of to colleges, you either have people in the locker room that are synergistic like that, or they're like cancerous, and they're going to like affect other people, and it makes the atmosphere worse and worse and worse. Well, everything that you've done that I've ever seen you in person or on video or in a game, you make everyone around you better. So give me some, and this goes to all these college coaches that will be looking at her. This is a kid that you will see do it in the weight room, on the classroom. She'll be a captain immediately. Like, no matter what, it's going to happen. She's going to outwork you. She's going to outsmart and outthink you. Whatever she's going to do, it always happens. It's not just on the field. It's everywhere. And I learned when I was playing too that you couldn't just earn the right the day of the game. You had to earn the right off the field. You had to earn the right in practice and everything. So you'd earn the right to win. And that's a mentality that you probably have because of your preparation. I know when I've gone to a test and I've studied my butt off, I knew the material. I couldn't wait to take the test. Couldn't wait. If I didn't study, I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to guess every answer. I say C. A, C, 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 if I didn't know it. And I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be so. And I would have all this anxiety, or I'd have all this swag. And in football and in track and everything, when I ran, I was so confident because of my preparation. And you always remind me of myself because I was so prepared. I was like, I can't wait to play. This is going to be so much fun today. I just worked so hard. This is just going to be me showing off what I get to do. And I love that. I feel like that's you every day. It's someone who's there. It's just so confident that everything's going to be okay. And you're going to take care of it. It's just like, it's fun to watch. Talk to me a little about your preparation and how that makes you like such a confident player.
So before games, like in big tournaments we play like PGF and IDT in Colorado, I watch film on the teams to see what pitches the batter can hit, how their pitchers pitch, what pitches do they like to pitch more. And I can tell this either from Game Changer or from a 2-second Twitter video. So it's not like it takes a lot of time. Like for IDT, I spent probably 5 or 6 hours on researching teams we were going to play for pool play. But I love the preparation because it's a game within a game, and I'm very competitive. So I love I'll do whatever it takes, whether it's mentally, physically, to get that one step ahead of my opponent so that I have that step for the whole run.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Said it great. It's the game within the game. That's in every sport, the game within the game. And doing that preparation now, when you get out there, it's a lot easier. You're looking at the same tendencies because players don't change week to week. Like what they were doing last week is the same thing that they're probably going to be, this week when you play them. So I think it's a huge point. And for you to be like doing that much preparation at your age is crazy, like insane. That's awesome dedication. And I bet it helps so much when you're out there on the field. Yeah,
for me, it's less. It's the same way with taking tests. It's less like studying. It's more like relearning it. That way, it's in my head and it's a first reaction.
Yep.
Being selfish a little bit. How much does sport performance training the stuff that we do when we measure and quantify everything, right? How much does that fit into your own like personality and why and how that helps you on the field?
Oh, so much. It's math. Your whole like idea thing is math, and that's what I get best in everything. I love math. It's so much fun. That's why coming here is so much fun for me because I get to learn. It makes sense in my head. I've gotten so much better since I started coming here. It's not even funny.
You look great. You've done great. I mean, like your scores and everything are fantastic, but I'm glad that you love it. It's not something that most people love, but you do. So
real quick, do you have a favorite day? So we got acceleration, center of mass, and initial force, right? What's your favorite day? And then how do you think that applies directly to your game in softball?
Acceleration day, because when you're running the bases, you have to just turn on a dime. You got to be ready to go at all times, and you got to go fast.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome, yeah.
Well, we're going to try to wrap this up a little bit, and but I'm literally I'm just honored and excited that I had you on here because you're one of the most exciting people, and I'm telling you, so your name's Allison Amadio, and we'll post this up on the screen for you, but do watch some of her videos and just have fun with it. It's so intense, and she brings it every single play. And it's kind of rare. it's as rare as seeing somebody throw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Someone to make her position to be that much fun to watch. And we had so much fun just coaching you. So, Allison, good luck. And we wish you the very best. And we'll see you at our training tonight, right?
Yeah.
All right, so from Klemic Performance Methods Studios, this is David Klemic, Josh Hulsupple, and we'll see you next time.
Boom, another successful.
Oh, it sounds so weird without the headphones on.
I know.